Moment of silence for the champions, for those who make going hard a lifestyle. Never wait for nothing, gotta get it right now. I'm in the spotlight when they turn the lights down. Only a champ swing the hardest in the 12th round. I love the fourth quarter, I love the ninth inning, I love game 7. Bring on the competition, cause in my heart can't nobody do it better. Can't slow me down, won't stop me never. I'm so Cassius Clay, I'm Tyson in his prime.
What's up, motherfuckers? Welcome back to the Pressure Podcast, everybody.
Give me a hell yeah!
We are live Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at midnight.
Yes, sir.
We bring the pressure. Today we will recap Week 21 of the NBA. We're going to make our predictions for the Sweet 16. And we're going to talk a little QFL, not too much. We're going to stay mostly on the N3A today. Not much has happened. No crazy signing or trade. Draft day is coming very, very soon for the QFL. For those who don't know, the N3A is what I call the NBA, and the QFL is what I call the NFL.
Without further ado,
We're also going to have a random top 5 today. And then we also, soon enough, we're going to bring in a special list. Today we're going to have a list featuring the cover athlete, but we're going to start making lists kind of like rank your top 5 layup makers of all time in the N3A, and your top 5 route runners of all time in the QFL. We're also going to touch on remember how we did an eras list of the N3A? We're going to do an eras list of the QFL as well. So that's coming up for this weekend. And like he was about to say, without further ado, we are live in our studio in Orlando, Florida. It's your boy King Cole.
LeBron, shout out Orlando. Shout out Orlando. Please
Orlando
make it to the
Magic.
playoffs so we can get.
No, they're
You
going to
know
make the playoffs. They're going to probably keep the 8 seed, 7 seed maximum.
Let's go. Let's go. I'm hype.
For those who don't know, the Lakers got clapped by the Orlando Magic today.
Clapping hoes.
We're going to speak on the Lakers in a few.
Round of applause.
We're also gonna what's it called? Dive into to basically what the NBA, what we learned after Week 21. We're gonna bring the press back, the newspaper. Okay,
Let's do it.
but I think we should start off with the NCAA,
Absolutely.
the Sweet 16. So for all I hear, Duke's the favorite. Duke's the best overall team. This is their tournament to lose. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
This is their tournament to lose.
Yes. They have three players that are going projected wise in the top 15 of the draft. Knipple Proctor and Cooper Flag. Those three, they're legit. They're legit. I don't know if they're gonna be stars in the league, but they have the talent to get to the league and be at least even a role player or a 6-man. Most definitely. Cooper Flag, I don't think he'll miss though. I think he'll be a star player in this league. Don't know if he'll be a superstar player in this league.
Goddamn it, white
Star
boy.
player in this league, he's definitely gonna be 6'10", lanky guy, plays hard on both sides of the ball, and on top of that, he has crazy ass competitiveness. I love that about him. Very old school. Like I said, 6'10", can shoot the ball from all 3 levels. I don't see nobody beating them. And then the depth that they have on that team with all the talent that they have on that team with players that I believe in the next couple of years are gonna be in. Come on, like let's be real. Duke, that's all they do is put people in the draft, top 5, top 10. You know what I'm saying? That's what they've been doing for years. So I'm not surprised.
Well, there was once upon a time I didn't believe in Duke players because they were
Agreed.
role player kind of guys. They were never
Absolutely.
stars after a while. And then came Kyrie, and then Paolo, and then a few others.
Just kept coming over and over. Tatum.
So, is this the best white boy to play in the NBA, American white boy, in a long time? Like, what's the best white boy that's come out in the NBA lately? American. Gordon Hayward,
Lately.
Tyler Hero.
maybe Gordon Hayward. Probably Gordon Hayward plays in. He played in a tougher conference at the time, where he was playing like people like Kobe and who else was on that? Who else was over there at the time? Damn, I can't think of exactly who was playing over there, but I know he was. That was when he was on Utah, and I felt like he had the tougher competition in the West than in the East, and I also just he's 6'9", so like his competitiveness again, I love it as well. Can dribble, can shoot, get to the free throw line. Pretty good defender. I wouldn't say like great, but competitive. Hero's not. I don't think he's ever been what Gordon Hayward is right now. I don't think so, or what he was at the time.
Did Gordon Hayward ever average 20 points a game?
Yeah.
Because Tyler Hero has.
No, he has, but I'm just saying the other side of the ball as well. Hero don't play.
I don't think Gordon Hayward plays defense at all.
Nah, he played defense. Just not. He wasn't that athletic. He wasn't that guy. He was a senior that got picked in the first round because of his team, Butler, that went to the Final Four, that ended up in the national championship. They ended up losing, but you know he put his name out there, and it got him recognized, and he went to that championship game. Once he got recognized, that was it. Rest was history. Just made him
but those guys were all stars maximum. If this guy's a star, like you say he is, this is gonna be the first American white star
in a long time.
Goddamn white boy.
Probably, more than likely.
Because Jason Kidd is not really white. Steve Nash is Canadian.
I was gonna say Jay Williams, but even he was like.
Yeah, but he wasn't a star. He just became a star because of his passing, not because of his talent. Mm-hmm. Well, which makes no sense because passing is talent.
Although his scoring was decent
Gordon
at times. I wouldn't say it was great, but he had moments.
Gordon sucked. I like Mike Miller better.
Mike Miller?
He sucked.
Mike Miller, I don't know about that.
I don't really respect Gordon Hayward, to be honest with you.
I mean, I'm not saying he was the greatest end all be all. I'm just saying you're asking me a question, and I'm telling you I think Gordon Hayward probably the closest, like, white boy.
I think the closest white boy that was like a star kind of thing was Kevin Love. I think that was like literally the last closest one.
But to me, that was like 2 years, and that was with Minnesota. I feel like with Gordon, he's been pretty consistent throughout his whole career, except for when absolutely broke that leg in like 3 spots or whatever the hell it was.
Consistent mediocre.
Or ankle.
That man averages like 12 points a game.
Nah. He didn't have no 12 points a game.
Yes, he does. After that injury, he was never the same again.
No, I'm not talking about after. I'm talking about before the injury.
Before the injury, it was only 6 years, and 4 of those years he wasn't averaging no 20 points.
It was like 8 years.
Oh, that's how much under the radar he was. I didn't even notice him until 2 years in.
Now, you just didn't respect him. It's okay. It's okay. I mean,
what was there to respect? He was essentially Kyle Korver in a bad team, is what I thought of him. The man can shoot, but because he was in a bad team, he was able to take more shots than Kyle Korver could. That's the way I saw it.
I feel like it was decent. It's good.
But it is a short list. So if this guy's the real deal, this is going to be the first white boy in a long time.
Goddamn white boy.
To be a star in the NBA, American born.
16, 18 years old. I could see him probably getting bigger, taller. It's possible. So
he's 16 years old?
18.
Oh, I was about to say, he can't get drafted. He got
to
in college.
6'10", 18 years old. But I'm saying, like, he can grow from that. It's possible. We've seen it from Paul George, and we've seen it from other athletes that just, they grow a little bit taller in the NBA. So,
yeah, if they get drafted early enough.
He's tough.
Kyrie Irving didn't. But that's neither here or there. Before I ask you who's winning, what's your upset alert on the Sweet 16?
My upset alert is Michigan State versus Auburn.
Okay.
If they beat Ole Miss. But that's how I have my bracket.
All right.
I have Michigan State going against Auburn, and I got Auburn winning. But I think my upset could be Michigan State.
All right, then. Who do you have winning?
Who do I have winning the whole thing? I have Duke winning the whole thing.
So you got Auburn and Michigan.
So I would, Auburn, Michigan versus Michigan State versus Florida, and then Florida versus Arkansas. I put Florida beating Arkansas. I put, by the way, that could be another upset. That could be one of the another ones that I also mentioned here. Teams I can see messing up my bracket was Arkansas. I put Arkansas there, and I put Michigan State there. So mine are in the South and West that can be upset. I'm not too sure about the East and Midwest. So I went Auburn versus Florida, and I picked Auburn to win that and to go to the final two.
But that's not how the bracket is.
Sorry?
That's not how the bracket is. Florida will go against Arkansas or Texas Tech first.
Florida would go against
Texas Tech or Arkansas.
No. I'm sorry, my bad. I meant to say I got Florida beating Maryland, my bad. And Texas Tech losing to Arkansas.
Okay, so you got
Yeah.
Auburn, Michigan State, Florida, Arkansas, and in the East, what do you got in your Elite Eight?
In the Elite Eight, I have Duke, Alabama, Houston, and Tennessee.
Okay. So I agree with you. I got Michigan over Auburn. It's my upset. And then I also got Michigan State over Ole Miss, but that's not an upset. Because I want to see Michigan versus Michigan State. And then I got Florida barely losing to Maryland. I kind of wanted to go for Maryland, but I think Florida's going to do it. And then Texas Tech coming out against Arkansas. Then I got Duke, I got Bama, and I got Houston, and I got Tennessee, just like you do. All right, so we're to the Elite Eight. Who do you have in your Final Four?
Duke, Houston, Auburn, and Florida.
Okay. Since I picked Auburn to lose to Michigan, I got Michigan State advancing to the Final Four. I got Florida advancing. I got Houston, and then I got Duke. So who do you have in the championship game?
I have Auburn and Duke.
Okay. I got Duke versus Florida, and I got Duke winning it all.
Either way.
I think I got Duke winning it all.
Cool,
I mean,
nigga.
if we really look at the margins of their victories, if we're even looking at that like we do in the NBA,
It's just that Duke got an easy route. There's no way Arizona or Bama's beating
Nah.
Duke.
that's what I'm saying. And then Alabama also got an easy route. They played BYU.
Yeah.
BYU just scraped by. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see them beating Alabama. And then Houston's the number 1 seed against Tennessee. I could see Tennessee upsetting that. I could see that. I'm not gonna say I can't, but
But
I roll with Houston. I
got
think
Houston winning
Houston's
that
got a better overall team.
And Duke over Florida is what I got.
And that's why I go to like your depth is everything, but also your point guard is everything. Tahad Pettyford from Auburn, point guard freshman. He averaged 12 points this year as a freshman, shooting 42% from the field, 82% from free throw line, and 38% from 3-point line as a freshman. And in those 2 games, he had 23 and 15. So in each game, he's contributed. And I always go back to you have to have a good point guard. Look at Shabazz Napier. Look at Kemba Walker. You can keep going back and back. D Brown. There's so many good point guards that have come that have won the national championship because you have to have that in order to be successful, in my opinion, to win a national championship.
That's fair. I don't know the players like that. I just know that Duke is overpowered with.
Now they are.
N3A talent.
I don't know everybody. I just know like certain people that I have on my draft boards type stuff.
But the ongoing heroin pandemic is also flooded the college ranks. For those who are not aware, the N3A, which stands for the Negro 3-Point Addiction, they or addicts, they have every time they cannot they're beside themselves. They cannot not shoot a three. They have to. They never met a 3-point shot they didn't like, and not only that, after making one, they somehow inject themselves with heroin, and it's become a widespread thing, not only in the N3A but now in the NC3A. So we need to open up some rehab centers all over the globe, because we're gonna do that. I'm gonna put a chart of all the top 5 heroin addicts in the NBA right now. Negro 3-point addicts. So let's get to the N3A. Let's get to the press. So for those who don't know, the Pressure podcast have our own newspaper. It's called The Press. And let's read some headlines and see what we've learned after week 21 of the NBA. So what we learned is that Indy is a serious threat. What I mean by that is that they're a serious threat not to the Boston Celtics, but to whoever wants a chance to dethrone the Boston Celtics. They are a serious threat. This is a team that is not to be taken lightly. They will literally bounce you off. They were against the Celtics last year, and they're going for a repeat this year.
And they weren't easy to beat.
Yes. Cleveland is in serious threat. They're not in threat to lose their standings. They're going to finish with the top, seed overall in the Eastern Conference. But they're a serious threat to lose their season just because playing the way they're playing right now, ain't no 8 seed or 7 seed is going to, or whoever's 7, 8, 9 around there, whoever finishes 8 seed, ain't no way they're just going to let them lollygag through them. No, Cleveland's going to have to.
I think they would have trouble against Chicago.
I think so too. But we shall see as time moves on. So let's see what else we learned in the newspaper. We learned that in LA, Hollywood is for actors. What does that mean? It means that LA is full of actors, pretenders, people who are not real. They're just making a movie. That's what the Lakers are. They're just making a movie. They're not real. They're not real. And Houston is for liftoff. What does that mean? Not only is Houston the control center for NASA, but it's also a place where the Rockets play. And Houston is for liftoff. They're using that city to lift off a brand new nucleus in a franchise that is respected. So, bigs up to Houston.
Give me a hell yeah!
What we learned from the Knicks, we learned that Brunson and Bridges will carry this team. What I mean by that is that Brunson is the heart and soul of the Knicks. We all know that. When he gets back, we'll be back in full effect. But Bridges is the X factor for the Knicks. We go as far as he'll take us because we expect Brunson and Cat to do their thing, but we need that third person to be Bridges. Mm-hmm. Okay? And Giannis alone will carry Milwaukee. It's pretty evident now that nobody in Milwaukee is going to help him out. He's going to have to do it by himself. So, get to the next topic. Mile high expectations. These guys are really, really, really becoming a serious threat, but also they have the expectation of having the best player in the world and competing for a championship. So that's expected. Golden Gate possibilities. Steph Curry's a little banged up right now, but as soon as he gets back, things are right back in the come up. Golden State Warriors. A lot of possibilities to that. So let's get to a topic I like to talk about right now. The cover athlete up to date, baby.
Goddamn, white boy.
The greatest offensive center is an historic season. Averaging 29.1, 12.8 rebounds a game, 10.3 assists, shooting 57.5 from the field. This is Shaq numbers here. Where does Joker sit versus all-time centers list to you? I had to think about this one because there's a debate that's been going on, like, because he's having a historic season. He's one of the greatest. He's probably the greatest offensive center of all time. That could be true, because Wilt Chamberlain to me is the greatest offensive center, but that was a long time ago. But you could say he's the greatest offensive center since Wilt Chamberlain, because Shaq was a dominant force. Kareem had the most unstoppable shot of all time, but that's just one repertoire. This guy has it all, so that's why they say the greatest all-around offensive center. It's probably better said. But where does he sit versus all-time centers list? I'm sorry, but I can't put him over Bill Russell. I can't put him over Hakeem or Kareem or Shaq. 6 maybe?
6 or 7.
Because I could put him over Alonzo Patrick. I could put him over
I wouldn't.
David
I don't
Robinson.
know if I would put him over Elijah Wan.
No, I didn't say Elijah. I said.
You said Elijah? You said Elijah Wan already?
I said Hakeem.
Okay, my bad. All right, then, yeah, 6. I guess 6, 7, 6, 7. 6, 7.
Yeah, because I can't think too many. Like I said, Wilt, Bill, Shaq, Hakeem, and Kareem. all around better centers than Jokic. And I don't think there's anything Jokic could do to catch up to those guys. It has nothing to do with rings. It's about ability. Kareem, I know what you're saying. This guy's a better passer than Kareem, but Kareem was way more consistent. Kareem actually played defense, and Kareem was he was the all-time leading scorer in the NBA for a long time. That's just where he stands. He's one of the greatest
Bill Russell
champions.
had 40-plus rebounds in an NBA Finals game.
Oh, Bill Russell, Will Chamberlain. I don't think you
nigga-
need to mention those guys.
That nigga don't need to be mentioned nowhere near that.
Shaq was a way better defensive
The
center than he
hustle,
was, and
the
he averaged
hustle
about
that
the same
these guys
offense.
played with, that's why. Like, when you guys say all around, you guys look at numbers. When I say all around, I say intangibles
Yeah,
as well. So, when I look at, like, dogs, guys who played the game the right way, didn't cheat the game, didn't just take plays off, I can't put them in the top 5. But if you tell me like offensive, yeah, he's fucking amazing,
he is.
but not top 5.
But no, he's not top 5. Like, let's put it like this. Yeah, he could pass. I get that. He gets a lot of triple doubles, but that's because he plays in a team where it allows him to do these kind of things, and it's kind of built around him. When Bill Russell went to the Celtics, it was not built around him. They just built a dynasty out of it, out of all the roster players that they had. Bill Russell and Will Chamberlain were very underrated passers. The thing was, the assists and triple doubles were not recorded back then, I believe, or it was triple doubles that wasn't recorded back then. Blocks was not recorded either. So you will never know how many blocks Will and Bill Russell had, or triple doubles for that matter. It wasn't until Oscar Robertson started doing it on a regular that they're like, hey, we got to pay attention to this stat because nobody else does it. Shaq was a very underrated passer. Everybody, for those who remember, because this is rated M for millennials, those who remember, Shaq was one of the best passing big men of all time when he was in his peak.
Facts.
Kareem was not that great of a passer, but he was a great shot blocker. He was a great defensive
kinda
presence.
say
He was a
he was the
good
one.
leader, and what he meant outside of basketball is way more than anybody can.
You could
can
kind
imagine.
of say that Shaq is the one who changed the game when it came to like centers passing the ball type shit. If you really think about it, he was the guy who kind of like, oh, you want to do that double team shit on me? I'm just gonna go ahead and pass this shit out, make the right pass. Oh, I give it back here. I can see this guy is right behind me. Boom, I hit you with this one. Or boom, I hit you between those. He had all type. He was versatile too. It wasn't like he just threw out of a double team. Sometimes he'd make just a touch pass and you'd be like amazed. Yeah, he's a hell of a fucking
Walls
center.
were very, very good passing big man was Vlade Divac and Brad Miller. Vlade Divac was an amazing passer. And was a phenomenal passer that nobody ever talks about except me, it seems like, Boris Diaw.
Talk that sass, nigga. Talk that sass.
I think it's because people don't like see Boris Diaw like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Everybody-
they'd be like,
and I know what y'all thinking. Why do you talk about Boris Diaw so much? I don't know why. I have no idea why. He just pops up all the time in my head for some
I mean,
reason.
it's
Pause. Yeah, I still
it's
can't believe-
European play though.
Yeah, but he's not even in the top 5 French players. That's bullshit. That was bullshit.
He's not.
To me, he is.
Tony Parker. They didn't even have Tony Parker on there.
He's 20 times better than Freddie Lakina. I promise you that much.
Be cool, nigga.
Yeah, but he ain't better than Tony Parker.
Tony Parker is not 5 people.
Ginobili?
That he's not French.
No, European, not
it,
French.
No, it was the list of only French players. And
No,
he
European.
No, you gave me a European list and then you gave me a French list, and he was not on that. The European one, I know that one, but you gave me a French list and he wasn't there.
I gotta look that up because I don't think I said that.
Yeah, because you made 2 lists. It was 1 European, 1 French.
Don't remember.
I don't even remember who else was on there other than Tony Parker and Wembayama.
Nowitzki was on there. Wemby, of course, was on there. And Jokic
and Luka.
and Luka.
But yeah. All right, so next topic. The Lakers fall to Orlando, 106-118, a 12-point beatdown. Another 3-game losing streak. How realistic for LA to reach the Western Conference Finals? They would play the Grizzlies if the playoffs started today.
I think they can handle the Grizzlies.
The way they're playing now, I'm not sure about that one.
I'm not too sold on the Grizzlies.
The way they're playing right now, I think the Grizzlies will beat them.
I'm not too sold on the Grizzlies. And then I don't know if John Morant's going to be healthy. I don't know if Bane's going to be healthy. I don't know. Jackson Jr. is going to be healthy. I don't know what that fucking team.
Something tells me you don't even need any of those three to be healthy, and the Grizzlies still beat the LA Lakers.
Nah.
Be cool, nigga.
I'm not hating. I'm not
What
hating.
the fuck?
You guys shut up over there. You don't know what you're talking about. Y'all don't know what you're talking about. They don't need Triple J. Give him a vacation. They don't need Bane. Who the fuck is John Morant anyway? Just put everybody else in there. Kenny Lofton Jr. give him some extra minutes and watch.
That nigga's not even on the team no more.
They'll sweep him. He should be. They hate him. Kenny Lofton Jr. is one of the best players in the world, and they don't even know how to use him. So sad. Put him in the Knicks. Give him to the Knicks. We need bench players. We'll take him. Probably bet you that he'll probably pull up like 10 points per playoff game if we give him a chance. Thing is that he can't play more than 20 minutes. He's overweight, and Thibodeau,
I think he lost weight actually lately.
For him losing weight is like Zion growing an inch of.
Kind of, but I feel like Zion.
Vert.
I feel like his work ethic is actually better than Zion. The only reason he's not in the league is because he just doesn't have the athletic talent. I think that's why he was holding him back.
Kenny Lofton has the athletic talent. He has the basketball IQ. He's
But
got
I think
the
he has
handles.
the basketball IQ, and
He's
I
got
think
the
he
shot.
and I think he has really good touch at
He's
the
got the
rim,
passing.
and he can shoot.
He's better than LaMelo Ball.
He's better than Draymond.
He's better than LaMelo Ball to me if you just give him a chance.
Hell no.
And LaMelo Ball is a god. GAWD. I don't speak blasphemy here, especially not the day after Sunday. But
For real.
Kenny Lofton.
Yeah, is this looking like, bitch?
Like that.
Nah, LaMelo Ball is the fucking man. That guy. Let me tell you something, bro. That's probably. He might end up being the best looking like passer since White Chocolate. Like seriously.
Mm-hmm.
No, he is.
And-
There's no might. He is.
and
I can't think of anybody.
And I think he's the one who has the most fun playing basketball. Where it's just like he's just playing basketball. He's not overthinking. If he makes a mistake, he made it, but he'll come right back down and shoot a three in your face. The dude's really fearless.
I was once in this is a basketball class in high school. Okay, now the number 2 ranked player of all of Florida, high school player, played in my school. His name was Jason Rich. I remember because everybody called him Jay Rich, kind of like Jason Richardson, but without the just Rich.
Yeah.
And we were playing on the same team one time. It was 3-on-3, and I remember we were on a fast break. I had just stole the ball, and he's running on the. I could see him on the corner of my eye going like this. I don't know what got me to do it, but I just did an underhand pass. I lobbed it all the way over there for an alley-oop, right? Perfect pass. And I wasn't like, I'd never practiced this. It's just, you know what I'm saying? I'm a baseball player and I can throw football, so I'm pretty accurate with my throws, okay? Well, just yesterday, I saw I don't see this happen in the NBA too much, but I saw LaMelo Ball grab a rebound, underhanded all the other side of the fucking court, a perfect over-the-shoulder pass to his teammate for an easy layup, and one. And I don't think he practiced that either. It's just
God-given.
I don't want to say God-given. It's just that he has experiences. He must have played baseball. He must have played football. He must be a multi-sport athlete to be able to make that kind of pass.
I'm sure
and
with
that
his
kind of
dad.
range.
I'm sure with his dad making him play making him play so much basketball. I'm sure he probably did the same thing with the other sports when it was that type of season. Like,
And I'm not trying to-
it's not this. It's
Yeah.
not basketball season, football season. So get your cleats and get your ass outside because you're gonna play some football too. And then when baseball comes, I want you to do that as well.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, trying to say I'm a passer like LaMelo Ball. That's not what I was trying to say. What I was trying to say is that it reminded me of an old memory when I did that, but I'm sure he doesn't practice it. I didn't practice that either. And the thing is, I didn't even have the presence of mind to think, oh, if I miss this, I'm gonna look stupid. I could have just made a nice bounce pass. Same him. He could have made an easier pass, but decided to do it this way, and that was a risky pass because the game was on the line. But you know what? When you've got confidence in yourself, when you have the IQ, when you're just like
When you're not thinking,
you just you know what I'm saying, on like autopilot, you're just out
flow.
there in the zone. None of that comes to your mind. You just do what it do.
just playing ball, bro.
Yeah.
It's like JB said. He said it's like when you're moving to your own beat. when you move into your own beat, like you just it's same rhythm, like beautiful rhythm, same beat, and just it's just a beautiful thing to do when you're playing basketball like that. When you just play basketball and you just your confidence is through the roof. It's not easy to have that type of confidence, but when you get that, that's usually where you take off as a basketball player. That's why I love seeing Kyrie, because Kyrie's so creative with his layup package. And then another guy who I think's really creative is damn. What's this guy's name? Well, yeah, LaMelo as well. He's super creative. I would say Luka. He's really creative with what he does on the court. There's some more people, but I can't think of them right now. But those are three that like they just I love watching them play because they're just so entertaining to watch.
It is entertaining to watch. So I got a random top 5 for you. I need you to predict or give me the top 5 March Madness scorers of all time. This is not going to be easy.
Damn, bro. What the hell? I gotta give you teams too?
Nah.
Is it high or low? It doesn't matter. They're just like the best national game championship games type shit?
No. The top 5 March Madness scorers of all time.
So like highest scoring ones.
Players, not teams.
Oh, players.
Scorers. Top 5 highest scorers in March Madness history.
Oh, damn, that's tough. Melo?
Nope.
Chris Leitner?
Nope. Oh, Christian Laettner, yeah, he's number 3.
JJ Redick?
JJ Redick. No.
To me, he played for Duke. He was nasty. In the playoffs or wherever.
Oh, no, Christian Laettner's number 1, actually.
Christian Leitner's one. Shannon Brown?
Nope.
Kemba Walker?
If you want to, I'll give you a better list because this one was pretty.
No. I like it. It's a challenge.
So one of them ended up being a triple-double machine in the NBA, and it's not Russell Westbrook.
Triple-double machine in the NBA.
He invented the triple-double.
Oscar?
Yeah, he's number 5.
Bill?
Nope.
Bill Russell ain't on there? The fuck? All those championships? He wasn't in high school? Anybody? Okay, Jordan?
No.
Vince Carter?
Nope. He is in UNC, but it ain't Vince Carter.
It's somebody from UNC? Rashad McCants?
Nope.
What's the point guard from Felton? He's down there.
But I got a different list because that was too hard. Trust me, that was pretty hard. I figured it out because you probably know more college basketball than me. But even I didn't know some of these names. It's Elvin Hayes for Houston.
Oh,
Tyler
my goodness.
Hansborough.
Tyler Hansborough, get the fuck out of here. I should have said that guy, but I didn't mention Hansborough.
Yeah, so nah. So here's another list. These are the top 5 all-time single game NBA scorers. So the most points in one game by an NBA player.
Oh, okay. So Kobe.
That's number 2.
Of course, Wilt.
And number 1.
Devin Booker.
Nope. He's number 13.
What the fuck? Who scored more than that? Jesus, hold on. This is in the NBA, right? It can't be Steph, because Steph ain't never scored more than Devin Booker. Right? It's not Steph, right? Damn. Tracy.
Nope.
It's not LeBron. Is it okay? Let me ask you a question. Is it older?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Jordan.
No.
Jordan isn't on there either.
One of them is now.
One of them is now.
He scored 73 just last year.
He scored 7. God damn, who the fuck was that?
You gotta just get this one. The other ones are actually very easy. Yeah, Will Kobe. 2 more switches between them. The last one scored 73 last year. I'll give you another hint. He got traded this year.
He got traded this year to another team? Like at the beginning of the year.
No.
So this was like after, like,
We were live.
The
when it
deadline.
happened. We were live when it happened.
oh shit, for real? He scored 73?
No. The person who got traded was traded live when we were on, but he didn't score. He scored 73 last year.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He scored 73 last year. I forgot. He scored 73 last year. Yeah, I already know what it is. It's okay. Don't worry about Luka.
And the other two is very easy. You already named them.
I named him before.
No, you already named them.
Who was it? It was Steph? Jordan?
It was literally the second player you mentioned.
The second player I mentioned?
You mentioned Kobe first, or you mentioned next, because it was obvious.
Wait, but I said Chamberlain though.
Yeah, I said that. The next, the whoever's 2, 3, and 4, you already mentioned him because he's the number 1.
Oh, he did it twice.
No, he hit 75 and 76.
Damn.
2 times. I'm like looking over here.
No
78, matter of
way.
fact, 78, 2 times.
I'm over here thinking like they was gonna do like because he scored, but I didn't know he scored 3 times and plus 70. That's crazy. I thought Book was on there for real because I when Book did that shit that he scored the 70 on us, I was like,
You and me both, bro. Till I saw otherwise.
damn.
All right.
That's what's up. Damn. Will, you are the best.
So let's get to the last topic before we sign out. Let's get to the QFL. So before the draft begins, we're going to revise this right before the draft. But right now, who are the most improved teams that you see? Okay, the QFL's most improved teams. Which teams have used the offseason wisely, and elite teams are not qualified. So Ravens, Eagles, Chiefs, they're not qualified.
That's a go.
I got the Las Vegas Raiders. I got the New England Patriots. I got the Denver Broncos. And I got the
Oh, well, then this is perfect.
The
Then, 'cause I'm
Rams.
gonna put Minnesota in there then.
okay.
Because Minnesota, sorry about last week, I couldn't find it. I found it, and I just wrote it down here. It's they got Javon Hargrave as a defensive tackle. They got Isaiah Rodgers, another cornerback. They picked up. They brought Aaron Jones back. They traded for Jordan Mason, who actually played really good last year
Talk back,
for the San
Sam.
Francisco 49ers when CMC went out. And they picked up underrated wide receiver / punt returner, kick returner, Rondo Moore from he used to play for the Cardinals. I thought they did a really good job just adding to there, and they also kept their draft picks. So
Yeah. So Denver added to the O line and D line. Vegas added a quarterback and O lineman. The Rams added a good receiver and O lineman, and the Patriots added defense. They've added they think they had one O lineman that I can be sure, but those teams definitely are probably the most improved, I think.
and who was the worst?
The New York Trash.
Mine was the Bengals.
Mine was the New York Trash. The
They
Bengals.
They gave money to a guy I thought they should just, like I said, franchise tag, because T. Higgins, you could have franchise tagged him and see what he did, see what he does 1 year, and then move on if he doesn't stay healthy. If he stays healthy, you pay him. But my thing was, you guys didn't do nothing with the O line. You didn't pick nothing up on the O line. Anything top echelon on the O line, because that's what he needs. He was running for his life, and my man's over here showed you guys, and the top 5 people who've been sacked, and Joe Burrow was one of them.
Well, the saving graces with the contract that they give T. Higgins is that I'm sure a lot of it was incentives based, so
Incentive, yeah.
he ain't gonna get paid unless he stays healthy.
I would hope that's what the
No, there's no way there
contract.
isn't. There's no way there isn't. There's no way. I'm sure it was like 115 mil, probably 60 or 70 mil guaranteed, but the rest of that he has to make up with incentives and probably mostly staying healthy. And they probably didn't put you got to play this many games. They probably put you got to have this many receiving yards, this many touchdowns for you to reach these bonuses. And the only way you do that is by staying healthy. Otherwise, because you're not going to be able to get those milestones without being on the field.
Man, there was one more actually. Oh yeah, you said them. Yeah, the Broncos. Yeah, man. They got Ufanga too, and Drew Greenlaw.
They bolstered up the O line and D line, and I'm guessing they're going to go for wide receivers come draft day. So
And Justin Fields went to the Jets. I agree, that was bad. Now I'm not saying it was a bad move. I just
no, it's not a bad move. It's just that that's not enough.
you didn't need that.
That's not enough. They need
You
so
needed
much.
so much more than that.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to understand, they used a lot of picks and money for Riddick. That didn't even play. Hassan Reddick, that didn't even play.
They paid him.
Well, for the 1 year that he
Yeah,
had,
yeah.
and that's a cap it. They traded a lot to get Devontae Adams, gone. They traded a lot to get Aaron Rodgers, gone. They didn't receive much back for Sam Darnold. They didn't receive much back for. I don't think they received anything for Zach Wilson.
They were definitely trying to go for it, but
You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
bad
and
idea.
They're not really improved. I think they just stayed the same.
By the way, how did that work out for the Eagles? Trading Hassan Reddick. Everybody was so mad about that last year.
I don't know. Why don't you ask? What's that street, Broadway, and whatever Broadway is in Philadelphia, downtown Philadelphia? Why don't you ask those?
You think they
Business
might be out
owners.
there just still hanging on the post?
They're probably still cleaning up all that garbage that they left from the parade, bro. We're going to sign out here, everybody. 45-minute mark. We will be back on Thursday. We'll cover the N3A, whatever trending news comes up until then, we will see.
Shit, I thought we was in LA when I looked at the footage of us winning the championship and everybody in Philly. I thought they was looking at LA footage because the way it was fucking fire everywhere all over that.
Oh, snap. Tell me you didn't say that.
Be cool, nigga.
It wasn't soon. That wasn't soon. Was it?
That was hell. That was hell on earth right there. All right, y'all. Like always, feel free to subscribe, leave a like, comment. This is the Pressure Podcast Reviewer has say. If you like, we will always send you a link if you have a webcam so we can put you in a little screen right here. Hop on the mic and talk your shit.
Give me a hell yeah.
Pressure means to perform, react, and do using strategies in sports under rigorous environments, motherfucker.
Sir.
Till then, I'll be safe.
Peace.